Hi Scorpio, I love that you are here. And today we're going to look at April 12th, 2025, the full moon in Libra. We'll look at Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology and astrology and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box, I have links to meditations for each of the tarot cards that I drew for you today. Let's start with numerology. So the number for that day is 7. And the number 7 represents introspection and wisdom and uncovering hidden truths. So for Scorpio, this number encourages deep reflection, financial awareness, and emotional security. So, for example, you may feel the need to evaluate your financial and emotional investments today. Maybe you realize that you've been holding on to something so tightly, whether it's money or a relationship or an outdated belief. The energy of the day pushes you to rethink your security and make smarter choices. So let's look at the astrology for the full moon in Libra. So the full moon lands on your 12th house, which is the subconscious and healing and closure, and it's urging you to let go of emotional baggage and reassess your inner world. So the sun is in Aries, and that's your 6th house. And that's talking about work and health and daily routines. And so the sun in your 6th house encourages the need for balance between your responsibilities and your emotional well-being. So you might realize that you've been overworking yourself and you need to set healthier boundaries. Maybe you've been too focused on work or daily obligations and you're neglecting your mental health. Today is about restructuring your routine for long-term well-being. And then we have the moon, and it's a full moon, and it's in Libra. That's your 12th house. So that's subconscious and hidden emotions and healing. So the moon in your 12th house encourages introspection and emotional healing and uncovering hidden truths. So maybe you suddenly understand why a past relationship ended and why you've been feeling emotionally drained. So this full moon is about accepting what needs to be released so you can move forward with clarity. And then you got Mercury. And Mercury is in Aries, and that's your 6th house again. That's work and health and mental clarity. So Mercury sharpens your focus on daily tasks, but can also make your mind restless. So you might find yourself overanalyzing a conversation at work or stressing over unfinished tasks. It's important to stay grounded and avoid that burnout. Venus, that's in Pisces. And that's your 5th house. That's romance and creativity and joy. So Venus here brings a dreamy, romantic energy, but also urges you to focus on what truly brings you happiness. So you might feel drawn to a creative hobby or reconnecting with a past love. And if you're feeling uninspired, today is a great day to tap into your artistic side and do something that really brings you that spark of joy. And then we have Mars. And Mars is in Pisces, and that's your 5th house. That's passion and creativity and pleasure. So Mars in Pisces fuels your desire for passion and pleasure, but can also make it easy to feel emotionally drained. So you might feel torn between wanting excitement and needing some rest. Maybe you planned a fun night out and suddenly feel the urge to stay at home and recharge. So listen to your body. That's good advice. We're going to start with the Queen of Pentacles when I'm going to talk about the tarot. That's the first card I drew for you. And that Queen of Pentacles is about financial security and nurturing and stability. It's financial wisdom and self-sufficiency and taking care of yourself and others. So it suggests you are in a place where you need to focus on long-term stability rather than quick fixes. So maybe you've been overspending or worrying about finances. Today, you may feel inspired to start a budget, rethink your career goals, or make a responsible financial decision. So, advice: prioritize security. Whether it's financial or emotional or physical, stability will bring long-term success. And then the second card, I got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, that's about curiosity and information gathering and mental agility. So this card is like a thirst for knowledge. It's curiosity and it's being cautious about new information. So you may feel the need to question something before accepting the truth. So you might stumble upon some surprising news or overhear some gossip that makes you question someone's intentions. This is a day to dig deeper before making any assumptions. So think critically before reacting. Seek clarity before making decisions. Okay, finally got it. 4 of Pentacles. That's about holding on to security and fear of loss and financial caution. So this card warns against clinging too tightly to something out of fear. It can indicate financial caution, emotional guarding, or resisting necessary change. So you might be hesitant to invest in something new, whether it's a financial opportunity, a new relationship, or a personal transformation. Maybe you're holding onto a job or relationship out of fear rather than genuine desire. So evaluate whether you're protecting yourself wisely or just afraid of change. Trust that letting go can lead to something better. So, how's this day affecting Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising? So the Scorpio Sun, you thrive on intensity, transformation, and depth. The full moon in Libra activates your 12th house of endings, healing, and subconscious mind. So this is a powerful day for letting go and reflecting and spiritual renewal. Scorpio Sun, who has been holding on to the past relationship, or holding on to that job, or holding on to self-limiting beliefs, may experience a sudden realization that it's time to release it. They might decide to cut ties with toxic influences, close a long-running chapter, or commit to deep healing through therapy, meditation, or even just getting a creative outlet. So here's the key message for Scorpio Sun. Release what no longer serves you. This is a time for closure and inner transformation. Scorpio Moon, that's about the emotional world, like inner self and subconscious reactions. So Scorpio Moon is emotionally tense, private, and deeply attached. With the full moon in Libra illuminating your 12th house, emotions are heightened, and you may feel more sensitive or introspective than usual. So a Scorpio moon might normally keep emotions bottled up, might find themselves overwhelmed by sudden feelings, perhaps triggered by a dream or a memory or unexpected conversation. They may finally open up to someone they trust, or they might journal their emotions, or they might experience a moment of cathartic release. So here's the key message. It's okay to feel deeply. Acknowledge your emotions instead of suppressing them. Scorpio rising. That's first impressions in external world and personal drive. So with the full moon in Libra heightening your 12th house, your outer world may reflect themes of hidden truths and solitude or deep inner work. You may be, I hear the plane, I'm so sorry. You may be withdrawing from social interactions to focus on personal healing. So a Scorpio rising might cancel plans, spend the day alone, or feel an urge to retreat from external obligations. They might find clarity through meditation, maybe just going for a walk in nature, or engaging in a deep personal project that requires solitude. So here's the key message. Your energy is shifting inward. Use this time to rest, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. So here's a summary for the day on April 12th, 2025. It challenges you to balance financial security. It's about curiosity and emotional healing. The full moon in Libra highlights the need to release what no longer serves you and trust your instincts. So the Queen of Pentacles, focus on long-term stability and responsible financial choices. Page of Swords, stay curious but cautious. Seek the full truth before making decisions. And the Four of Pentacles, don't hold on too tightly to things that need to evolve. Here's the real life takeaway. Reevaluate your finances and emotional security. Are you holding on too tightly out of fear? Be mindful of new information. Don't believe everything at face value. Find balance between stability and necessary change. So here is the advice for Scorpio. Here's the advice for Scorpio on this day. This full moon encourages emotional and financial clarity. Let go of what's weighing you down. Stay open to new perspectives and trust that security comes from wisdom, not fear. You're building something solid. Don't let old patterns hold you back. I love that you were here, Scorpio. Thank you so much for choosing this reading, and I hope to see you in another reading.